welcome back to our Meet the Sections video. Today we're going to check out the pediatric section. We're here in the West Pavilion, second floor, which is where our pediatric imaging core is at. So go ahead and come on back and I'll show you around. So all pediatric imaging within the hospital is done here on the second floor. That includes ultrasound, MRI, X-ray, fluoro, and occasionally CT. So first of all, we have an ultrasound room here. As we kind of walk out, we've got the X-ray and sort of CT reading room there, which we'll come back and chat with people later. Here we have our X-ray room. We can take a peek inside, hopefully. Pretty standard X-ray room, except this room has a lot of decorations to make the kiddos feel nice and comfortable when they're getting their studies done. Here's one of our ultrasound rooms. Again, nice and decorated with lots of stickers. We can see Elsa and Anna. We've got John Cena and some wrestlers over there. Really for any type of thing that the kids enjoy. We've got some stuff to keep them nice and calm. Here in, let's see, we have Pediatric Cardiology and the cath lab is right here. We don't get involved with that too much. Here's another X-ray room. This one additionally has fluoroscopy capabilities. Hey, Kathy. Good. We're just filming the section. So this is our fluoroscopy table. We do a lot of procedures here. When I was on call in the ED a couple weeks ago, we had to do an intussusception reduction. But we do G-tube replacements. All of the barium studies are done here. Lots of swallow studies as well as speech pathology. So lots of procedures to do. We'll head on back out. Over here, we don't actually have access to it, but this is the pediatric MRI. Okay, let's go back to the imaging core, and we'll see who's reading today. We're in luck. We have Dr. Goodman reading today, so we'll just pop in and say a quick hello. Hey, Dr. Goodman.
Hi there, everybody.
This is Dr. Goodman. He is our radiologist in chief. Additionally, he was the former section chief for pediatric imaging until he got promoted, but he still is just like us, reads from time to time. And
yep. Earning my crust.
Yeah.
Pediatric Radiology best section in the department, where we see the most vulnerable and smallest patients in the whole hospital. So great place to work. And look, patients bring you pie, hot off the press.
There you go.
Did a case today, the mom gave us pie. So
wonderful. Maybe you could just quickly talk about how you got to Yale and sort of, how things have been since you've been here?
Well, yeah, most of you will probably have guessed that I'm not from around these parts. I came to Yale by ship from England 15 years ago, and it was a big adventure. I arrived in Manhattan with my car and all my worldly possessions and my family off a ship, and drove up to Connecticut and been there since. So, long story, probably too long for this video as to how and why I came here, but it's an interesting one. I'll tell you when you come.
Sure. Maybe you could give us sort of a brief overview of kind of how you view your vision for the department and how the residents fit into that role.
Sure, yeah. So education's a huge part of the department's philosophy and mission, and we are one of the biggest residency programs in the country. And I think that fits this healthcare enterprise that we work in. We work in a huge healthcare system, a very big university. And our goal really is to provide education to make the radiology leaders of the future. And I think we have a lot of facilities to be able to do that. And we've had a lot of success with that in the past. So coming and learning radiology at Yale is a wise decision.
Okay, thank you.
Have you been down to MRI?
We went to it, we don't have access to it, but at least we saw the outside.
I'll show you inside. So pediatric MRI, we're going to get a magnet on the neonatal unit that'll just image our neonatal patients. But we also, down here, have a dedicated magnet just for children, which was put in a few years ago.
So we don't have access, but the head guy does. We're going, oh, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay.
So it's all themed like a beach. Patients really enjoy it. We can't see it. Yeah, we can't go into zone 3, but yeah, the MRI scanner is all built like a sandcastle, and children really like that.
Oh, very cool.
Good.
Wonderful. Okay, so now let's go back to the CT reading room and see who's reading today over there. So additionally, so we usually have about 3 to 4 attendings on per day. Dr. Goodman is reading the ultrasound and fluoroscopy studies today. There is a large sort of X-ray and the ICU patient population here with the NICU. So we have a dedicated attending on who's reading X-rays all day. They're down in this room. Additionally, we have outpatient imaging sites down at Longworth, which is on the coast, and further down in Norwalk, one of the adjacent cities. So we'll just take a peek in.
And this is the pediatrics hospital, right? Before
Yes,
Yale.
this is the pediatrics hospital. The ICU is here, the PICU is here, the NICU is all here. However, we do have other various outpatient imaging centers sort of scattered throughout southern Connecticut. Hello. Okay, so this is our X-ray and ICU reading room. We have Dr. Ehrlich here. She's our attending for the day. Looks like she's got an MRI pulled up in the background.
Not just any MRI, Tyler.
Oh.
My favorite kind of MRI.
What's that?
Fetal MRI.
Oh, okay.
Come on, how gorgeous is that?
That does look beautiful.
Oh, not one of our prettier ones, but we will get it prettier soon. It's in progress, but welcome.
Do you maybe want to just say hi to the applicants, tell them kind of how you got to Yale and how your experience has been since you've been here?
Yeah, sure. I am going on my 9th year at Yale. I did my residency in medical school in Philadelphia at Hop and Chop, and then I went down to Duke for my fellowship and stayed on for a year, and then came here to get closer to family because I have little kids myself. I love kids. And it's been great. I am so happy with what I do for a living. I think I have like a dream job, and really the only thing better would be taste testing for Ben & Jerry's. We get to see everything from prenatal all the way to age 23, I think is the upper limit right now. And occasionally even bigger than that. Every modality, every body part. We do a lot of teaching, and our residents seem to really enjoy being on our service. A lot of times it's the first time a resident will get their hands on an MRI or a new body part or modality, and we walk them through it. And I think that they feel really comfortable trying things for the first time with us. So it's been wonderful. I love my colleagues, I love my section. It's a small group and we get along really well. And we love having the residents. It just shows you why you went into this in the first place and how far you've come.
Wonderful. Let's see, any advice for applicants? I know you're on the selection committee, but
Oh.
since it's a virtual season this year.
Chocolate? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think it's going to be more challenging for you guys to figure out the personality of each place that you go, and that was something that sort of guided me when I saw places in person. But hopefully this will give you a taste of what the department is like. Trust your instincts. Think about where you want to be geographically in the long run. Think about what type of a radiologist you might be interested in becoming and what will help position you towards that. The nice thing about this program, and we have residents that rotate with us from smaller programs, but this is a larger program. We don't rely on you to clear the list. We give you every opportunity to take as much as you want, and then we step in to catch you. And you also can split the call amongst more people. I think it allows you a little bit more flexibility, and that was something that I thought was a great thing about where I trained. And I think that it works in the favor of the residents here as well. When we do have these visiting residents, that's one of the complaints they have about their program, is that they really are left alone to sort of tackle the list, and they take a lot of call, and they may not have quite as much time for the learning and the book learning and the lecture learning that we have here. So it's a great place. The program direction here is fantastic. The APDs, everyone's really caring about no one falling through the cracks. And I think that it's a great place to train. I think you'd be very happy here.
And people are involved, in nationally, local committees, national organizations, research. Can you talk a little bit about the current section and their relationship in those activities, as well as the clinical services?
Sure. So the section chief is Cicero Silva, and he is our most involved section member when it comes to research. He's also on many committees for the Society of Pediatric Radiology, and he goes to a lot of international pediatric radiology conferences. He loves getting residents involved in projects. I mostly do case reports and educational exhibits with residents. And I do a lot more on the teaching front, so I'm the liaison for the department and the section for the Pediatric Radiology elective for medical students and the fellowship director. And then we have other people in our section who cross between the interventional radiology section and ours. And then Rob Goodman, who's our department chair, he works clinically once a week in pediatric radiology, which is pretty unique to have a department chair that's a pediatric imager. And so he has an MBA and he does a lot of more quality control. But I think that if you name it, we can get you involved. Yale's a huge place with lots of interdisciplinary and even interdepartmental. If you have an interest in AI, if you have an interest in 3D printing, if you have an interest in something that's more liberal arts, we can hook you up with the appropriate faculty across the university at large.
And any favorite things to do in New Haven or Southern Connecticut?
So I live a little bit further away than some of the faculty, but so we spend a lot of time exploring. I have little kids, so we do mini golf and kayaking. We do skiing in the area. I think that there's plenty to do. I like pizza, and New Haven pizza is pretty great. I like the restaurant bar, and I love the ramen in New Haven, and excellent ice cream. Excellent. So come find me if you come, and I'll direct you towards the ice cream.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll let you get back to it.
Awesome.
All right.
See you soon.
Okay, so now we're gonna head back out. So that pretty much concludes our pediatric section. You met Dr. Goodman, you met Dr. Ehrlich. We saw all the facilities here in the West Pavilion. We look forward to seeing you soon.